Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. What's up, everybody? This is Married to the Game. I'm here today with my homie Eddie Chapa. So Eddie, go ahead and introduce yourself. Give us a little bit about the shop, tell us where we're at right now,
Eddie Chapa. I'm right here at Sacred Edition, Boston, Massachusetts, East Bridgewater.
We're right here in his station. This is the back of the shop right here, man. I'm out here guest spotting with this cat right now. It's sick out here. So, let's get into it a little bit, man. I got this joint rolled up. Let's smoke this and let's get it started.
Time of the day, dog.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Where did it all start for you? What got you into tatting? What was the first kind of tattoo era for you? What was it like in the beginning? How'd that go?
Man, I feel like I just stumbled upon it at first, It was just kind of like a means of ways of just fucking picking up a machine,
Yeah, do something fun.
And I just started tampering around with it. Well, like my dad does it, my dad's been tattooing, draws, and does all that shit, so.
No. Were you, what, did you start off homemade machine, real machine?
Oh, no, homemade for sure.
Homemade? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I was like 16 years old when I did my first tattoo with a little homemade machine.
Oh, shit.
Banging out little fucking script letters and shit like that,
Yeah, because I was 16 when I started, but I had got a little eBay fucking machine, right? It came with the whole kit and all that shit that comes with it, right?
Yeah.
But I know, I tatted with a homemade before, and I made one after that because my dad took that away from me, and the homie showed me how to make one and blah blah blah, right? That's where you started.
Fuck yeah, that's where I learned. That's how I started. It was just, like I said, it was just that I was just tampering with it, fucking around with it, just something to do, and just, I don't know. One time, one of my homies was talking to some guy that worked at a shop or something, and I had did this little piece on his inside of his arm, little chick, doing something like this, shit, with the homemade machine,
That was one of your first saucy ones?
Not really. Well, yeah. I guess you could say that.
Yeah, back then.
Back then, so I've known this cat. This cat dog just kind of said he wanted to meet up with me and stuff like that, and I met up with this guy, and his name's Brian, dog, and my homie Roman took me, dog, to this guy named Brian's pad, dog, and that fool sat me down and just fucking talked to me for 3 hours, homie. Just
I just spit you some game.
Dog, I don't know nothing. I'm telling you, if you know why I picked up my machine for, dog, I was just doing it, just fucking give me some soap pots and shit, back then, you know where that goes, But so I just went over there and I talked to this guy, dog, and he kind of just blew my mind on where people we're taking this kind of shit, and when I first started dabbling in it, it was still all the fucking coil machines, and we still had I still had to learn how to make your needles and bend your needles and all that kind of shit, so but making that little transformation right there, dog, from the homemade machine to a coil machine was a transition, but it was a hard transition,
Yeah, a little tough.
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't have anybody telling me cut this ink or do this or bend your needles, or it was just
go for it.
Just go for it. I did that shit, fucking being busted and stuff like that. So just go for it,
So now let's fast forward a little bit, right? To let's talk about when I met you. When I met you, you were let's see. Fuck, I'm trying to think of the first time I met you. Was that had to be at a convention somewhere, you know?
I think we were working with fucking
somewhere.
Lacey and
Yeah.
Untouchables.
Yeah.
And that's when we started coming out with Carlos
yeah.
working on that little fucking convention, little
Yeah.
thing that we had going on, you know?
Yeah, back then I was just I wasn't tagging or none of that, you know? Yeah, that's when I met you. So let's talk about those times, like, cause that's wild, you know, like, you know, Eddie was doing, he's done every convention, every state, every fucking thing in the States. Like, look at all these fucking awards, man. Like, they're all over the walls right here. And that's just the back right here. You should see the front of the shop. You'll see pictures in the little commercial coming soon. But you did that for a long time, right?
Fuck yeah, man. We traveled for fucking at least good 12 years, homie. Like, just fucking grinding, man.
Yeah.
Like grinding, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we would fucking just go and be gone for a month and a half, 2 months, just doing 3 conventions a month, you know? We'll be in fucking New Mexico one fucking week, and then next week we'll be in fucking Miami, you know? Like,
yeah.
And then from Miami we'll be in Tennessee, dog. Like, fucking drastic fucking just fucking movements, you know?
Okay.
Like,
What do you think was like the best convention? Like, where did you make the most money? Where did you have the most fun at? What was the best in the States that you've done?
oh man, like, I'd have to say, like when I was traveling, or just like conventions in itself, you know? Like,
your favorite?
because back in the days, Pomona, homie, used to be the shit.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, Pomona back in the days was sick.
Yeah. So, but as far as like really dabbling, as far as like getting out of the States and being able to like travel and see things and, you know, like fucking experience different cultures and different people and all that kind of shit, like, oh man, I have to say the East Coast for sure, man. Like, you know, like there's a bunch of it. Man. It's just, I like it out here, man. You know, I like it. I like how just the conventions are big. You know, Villain Arts throws their conventions. You know, they do them pretty solid, dog. They're pretty big. Like, they do good promoting and stuff like that. You know, so I like Philadelphia. I like Miami. I like Baltimore. I like Chicago. Like, fuck, man. Florida. I like going to Florida a lot.
Florida. That's one I haven't been to yet. Is Florida.
Florida's good, man.
Yeah.
It's fun out there. Nice out there too, dog.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of fucking crazy ass stories about out there too, dog.
Like, you know, I went with you a few times, and that's when you had that little like traveling crew. Well, I mean, you kind of always had like a little traveling crew that you were either running or going with. But when I went with you, you were running the whole crew.
Yeah,
you know, you had all the booths, you had everything lined up for us, and we drove from LA to all the way to the East Coast to Connecticut. They're crazy times, man.
Motherfucker was with me for 2 months. Just
2 months straight, and we had a convention every week in a different state. That shit was sick.
Fuck yeah.
Now, what? So, I mean, like, what do you think is? What was the hardest part about that? And, you know, let's hear about like what's tough about that. Like, I mean, there's a lot of tough shit about that, but what's really actually that traveling lifestyle? What's the hardest part?
Just fucking like my kids, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta stop. The downs about it, dog. You know, I got 6 kids, dog. So, fucking, I was gone a lot, homie. Like, I was gone a lot, dog.
Yeah.
So, that's like for sure down, dog. You know, her and my wife, dog. You know, like, leaving them for, homie, like I said, did this for fucking good 12 years, homie. Like, constant. That's how I was making my living, dog, like straight out,
Yeah.
Like with all the fellas rolling with us and like, yeah, dog, like so. But a lot of times I left the kids hanging, dog, like to try to establish myself, But I had a good look. They had a good fucking backbone, dog.
Yeah.
Marianne she's fucking took care of the kids, homie. Like, fucking help. She was there. She does all the business part of every fucking thing, Like,
yeah.
So if it wasn't for her, homie, like, it would be part of all that,
I mean, anybody that doesn't know Eddie, his wife Maria's with him at conventions, doing shit. She's behind the scenes, running everything right now. She's behind the scenes, up front, handling all the business side of, the fun part. We get to just do the tats, and she does all the business here. And so, I mean, I could totally, I get you on that part. You know what I mean? And that's the real side of this shit. Like, it sounds cool, we're pirates or gypsies or whatever you want to label it, But at the end of the day, like, that shit, it hits home, because I'm not really close with none of my family, my kids are same kind of deal, I wasn't really there that much, as much as I should have been, and that's part of traveling and tatting and trying to make money and the hustle of it, it comes into toll, and it is what it is. Like, fuck, man, like, but what we're working for at the end of the day is a better future for them. You know what I mean?
For sure, homie.
Yeah, like,
for sure. I can provide for my kids, like, for whatever the fuck now,
And then now, like, I know you're right there spending time with your grandbabies and all this shit, and it's like, that's
it's paying
really
off,
what you worked for,
Yeah, it pays off.
Yeah.
I mean, but if in order to get somewhere or anywhere, homie, like, in anything that you do, dog, like, you're gonna have to. It requires sacrifice somewhere, dog. Like, in order for you to get.
Oh yeah, for
now,
sure.
Like, for sure.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing, So, I mean, my sacrifices were, fuck, man, I had to bounce. I had to leave. I had to fucking establish myself. I felt like.
Okay, so let's talk about that, right?
Well, look, check it out. I felt like if I stood in this shop, like in fucking on the street with all these other shops around it, and I get stuck in this fucking shop, and I'm just gonna work there. Am I gonna really get out? Am I gonna really learn? Am I gonna, So I don't know how I stumbled upon everything, homie. But like, fuck, man, I do know how, homie. But that would take us. That's a whole other fucking story, dog.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, man. Like, I figure, like, let's do this. Let's fucking go to other states. Let's fucking. That way, if I ever want to leave California, I could move somewhere else, and I have fucking customers out there, Like, I'm not just stuck here, Like, bro, I can fucking go to any state. I've tattooed in about a good 46 different states, dog.
Well, yeah,
I can go to any fucking state. I can go to any fucking spot, homie, and I can fucking have me some customers, dog. Like, straight out, dog. So, I mean, it's cool to know that I can just get up and go somewhere else, and I know I'm still gonna work, like, because I made myself open like that, because by doing everything that I've done, like, stuff like that, so yeah, fucking cool deal at the end of the day,
Yeah.
But like I said, once again, sacrifices, like, hey, but my kids and my family and my wife, they're down with me, dog, like, they understand, they understood. I mean, they're all older now, so like they like their life, like they understood that I shielded them from a lot of bullshit,
Yeah.
Even though I came from where I came from and I grew up how I grew up, like they don't even understand that, like my kid's gonna be going to college and homie, like,
right?
Yeah, dog, like that's crazy. 3 colleges trying to accept them, like what the fuck?
That's tight. We just heard that today on the phone on the drive to work, that his son got accepted to what, 3 different colleges?
Yeah, 4 different colleges already, dog. So,
Okay, so you were traveling, you started winning a bunch of awards, you got a crew together, you did successful. Now, where does this shop? This is in, okay, I'm in Massachusetts. It's cold as fuck outside, right? Like, we got these little heaters on the wall right here, keeping me okay in here. I still got thermals on. We're inside. I got the joggers on. Still, I know when I walk outside right here, it's been cold than a motherfucker. Now, what took you from growing up in Cali, living in Cali, tattooing in Cali, traveling, doing all these conventions, you're doing good, you're winning awards left and right, to now you own a shop in East Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Tell us what's going on. How does this happen? I mean,
I'm fucking same story, dog. Like, just like I said, dog, you know, like I opened myself up to, like, where I didn't want to get stuck in the shop, you know, I wanted to venture out. I'm not saying that artists are not supposed to be in the shop, you know, like,
yeah,
to be in the shop and all. I'm just saying,
your
like,
path,
yeah. You know, like, I felt like I wanted to get out there, you know, like, you know, if you want to get out there, you gotta go, you know, like, you gotta go, dog, you know. So, anyways, like, because of all that, you know, I've been doing a show out here in Boston for damn near 10 years or so, whatever the case may be, and one of the years, my buddy Tony Gold fucking told me he had a buddy that was working in East Bridgewater. He had a shop, lost a couple artists, and they wanted to know if we wanted a guest spot, you know. And man, me and Angel, we've guest spotted at a few different spots before, and man, it's not it's not like, oh, we're gonna get there and we're gonna tattoo and we're gonna make a bunch of money and we're gonna do these nice pieces and shit like that. And in the beginning, that's what we thought it was, you know, and it ended up never ever being like that, you know. So when we heard about this, we were like, it's one of those. We were like, we didn't know if we were gonna do it or not, you know. And by the end of the weekend, by the end of the show, I guess for some reason we decided we were gonna try it out. Hey, we came over here, we stood here. We were gonna stay for a week, and it was so busy that, like, we stood for 2 weeks, and we made like over 20 G's, dog. Just me and Angel, dog. Like, in 2 weeks, you know, with just fucking walk-ins and, you know, people that just come through the door, you know, like, just Charlie had the shop running pretty good, you know. And, and I started guest spotting here for 4 years. I was guest spotting here. I would come like every couple months for 2 weeks at a time, stay at Charlie's pad and fucking come to work. And I made a bunch of customers out here, and, you know, so on and so on, you know. And just, you know, the owner decided to sell the shop. It took me a little bit to buy it because I didn't know if I was gonna make that fucking jump. Like, I told myself I would never leave California, you know, like that. I mean, I still have my house in California, so I go back and forth, you know, like, I'm here for like fucking 2 months or whatever, then I go home for a couple weeks, and then so I still have my house in California, so I still go back and forth, so I get the luxury of still going home, you know. I still got some of my kids, my grandkids, stuff like that. So, but man, I didn't know if I wanted to do it. I didn't know if I wanted to leave like that, you know. And I didn't know if I was gonna be able to actually do it, to run a shop. And like, I don't know nobody out here. How was I gonna bring the artists here? Like, you know, like, how was I gonna run it? You know, I'm gonna need artists, obviously, you know. Like, I'm not gonna do everything myself, although I could, you know. Like, but I'm not trying to break my back. I mean, tattooing 20 plus fucking years already, you know. Like, I mean, I need other guys in there with me. Not only that, just to be motivated, you know. Like, we need other guys in there and shit, you know. So, but I knew that I had this crew, you know, with all my buddies, you know, all my buddies that I ran with all the last fucking 10, 12 years, you know, all the guys that I knew at conventions, stuff like that. So I figured if I can fucking propose this fucking deal to them, to where, like, they come and have a taste of what I had, to where I would come every 2 weeks and go home with good money and do some nice pieces, you know, and learn some things, you know, from, you know, a different culture of artists that are out here and stuff like that, you know, like maybe they'll like it, you know. And all the guys know me, and they know that I'm a hustler. They know that I'm not gonna take them anywhere where they ain't gonna do some tattoos, you know? Like everywhere I'm going and everywhere we're going, dog, we're gonna fucking do some tattoos. I don't give a fuck if we're doing tattoos in the room, after the shows.
Yeah.
Fucking, we stay there a few more days and we're tattooing on Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, all that other shit, you know? Like,
yeah,
we're gonna work, you know? Like,
yeah.
So, I mean, like, the guys know me, dog, you know? So, I had a few, you know, obviously Angel already was for sure, you know, on the board, dog, you know? My buddy Rudy and fucking Tony and just everybody just started to come, you know, like,
yeah.
And then they started telling other people, you know, like, hey, it's a good thing, you know, like, all you gotta do is get licensed, get certified, you know, out there, get their stuff that they need, and you can work there, you know, like, and,
yeah.
And we just will book you as long as, you know, everybody's doing this just quality work here, you know, like,
yeah,
trying to bust out the best, you know, like, but I mean, man, I was like, I didn't know if we were gonna make it or not, but yeah, we fucking made it, dog. It's a fucking good thing.
Yeah.
Every time I bring a new artist out here, that before they're even leaving, they're asking me when can they come again, you know, like.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah.
you know, it's a good thing, dog. We got a good thing going on right here, man. And like, I'm grateful to have all this, dog. And it's just fucking, it's lovely, homie, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's. I have fun out here. Like I mean, I stay busy. It's cold. Like you know, like yeah, fuck yeah. I wasn't. You know, like this time it's not honestly not been so bad this time. Last time was like honestly more cold the entire time I was here. I wasn't ready for it last time.
Yeah, it goes up and down, dog. You know?
Yeah. Like
we actually get busier when it's cold, so.
Yeah. I mean, you know, to me it's crazy because like, you know, I've known you a long time, you know, and like I've known you back when we were both partying and all that. Conventions were crazy and wild and like they were fun and you know, like yeah, we were making money but we were blowing money at the same time, you know. And then I watched you over the years get more, you know, like fucking legit with it and started really getting more business savvy and ran your own crew and had dudes out there doing conventions, taking them all over, and then to opening this. And then honestly, when you called me and told me that you had this, I didn't expect it to be like this nice. You know, like this is a nice shop and like you told me that there's all sorts of work and I was like, yeah. You know, everybody says that, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I
and then, you know, like fuck, I wanted to get out of Cali. I like to get out of Cali sometimes and came out here and fuck, I have fun every time I come, you know? Yeah, but I'd like to, you know, show like a little commercial and show the shop. So let's take a break right here and yeah, man. As you can see, I am back in California at Grayscale Tattoo. I had a great time out there in East Bridgewater with Eddie. The shop was fun. Give him a follow on Instagram at Sacred Edition Tattoo 13. Here's some stuff of the shop, some pictures of their tats, and follow all these Instagrams that are gonna pop up on the screen. And yeah, wait for part 2. It's coming out right now. I sat down with Eddie for about 2 hours, so I had to cut it into 2 parts. This is part 1. Part 2 will be in the editing process and coming out next week. So make sure you like, subscribe, and check out that video when it drops next week. All right, we'll see you guys later.